Hi everyone, my name is Sarven Nag. I'm a PhD student in Indian Institute of Science, Bangalore. Today I'll be talking about my work on optimal antenna selection and power adaptation for underlay spectrum sharing scenarios with statistical channel state information. Spectrum sharing is mainly motivated by two facts. First, the demand for wireless data will always grow and the spectrum available to meet this demand is limited, and there is not enough spectrum available for new technologies coming up. In this case, spectrum sharing enables the efficient reuse of pre-allocated spectrum, and spectrum regulators like FCC in USA are allowing spectrum sharing now. And these are the wireless standards that are actively incorporating spectrum sharing into them. We focus on a particular mode of spectrum sharing called underlay spectrum sharing. Here, the low priority secondary user transmits simultaneously with the high priority primary user. Hence, its transmissions will cause interference to primary. For example, if secondary transmits with a power Pt and interference channel power G, then primary will experience an instantaneous interference Pt times G. Hence, controlling this interference is very crucial. How to control this interference? Different interference constraints are considered in the literature. For example, peak interference constraint limits the instantaneous value to be below a threshold tau. And interference outage constraint limits its uh, threshold, puts a threshold on the probability with which the instantaneous interference exceeds the threshold tau, and average interference constraint limits fading average interference to be below the threshold tau. These constraints limit the amount of interference seen by the primary. However, they also limit the uh, performance of the secondary. To recover this performance loss for a secondary system, we investigate transmit antenna selection at the secondary transmitter. In this transmitter is equipped with multiple antennas and one radio frequency chain, which is dynamically switched to one of them based on the channel conditions. It is shown to achieve full diversity at the cost of a single radio frequency chain. In an unconstrained system, the optimal selection rule would be to select an antenna with the highest channel power gain to the secondary receiver. However, employing this in an underlay scenario will cause excess interference to the primary receiver. Hence, the selection rules designed for conventional systems cannot be employed and will not be optimal for the underlay spectrum sharing scenario. With this motivation, our goal is to develop optimal joint antenna selection and power adaptation rules for an underlay spectrum sharing system with statistical channel state information. For this, we developed a novel and simple error probability optimal selection rule and analyzed its performance. We have also studied the role of power adaptation and shown it to be having a significant impact. With this introduction, this is the outline for the rest of my talk. First, I'll introduce the system model and then the optimal rule and close with some results. Starting with the system model, our system consists of a secondary transmitter with NT antennas and one radio frequency chain communicating to a secondary receiver with NR antennas, and at the same time it interferes with a primary receiver. Channel power gains from secondary transmitter to secondary receiver are denoted by letter H, and the channel power gains from secondary transmitter to primary receiver are denoted by letter G. For this, we assume that secondary transmitter knows instantaneous channel power gains to the secondary receiver, that is H. This is typical in any antenna selection systems. And we also assume that secondary transmitter knows the statistics of the channel power gains from secondary transmitter to the primary receiver. This is a very practical and feasible assumption as the statistics vary much slowly and easier to obtain than the instantaneous channel power gains. With this available instantaneous H, the selection rule 5 selects an antenna S and its transmit power PS, such a way that PS is below maximum power allowed Pmax, and it also has to satisfy a constraint which comes under a category called stochastic interference constraint, which I'll introduce in the next slide. Stochastic interference constraints, which include interference outage constraint and average interference constraint, which we have seen earlier, limits a statistical measure of the interference power rather than an instantaneous interference. All these class of statistical constraints can be written in a following general form, where expectation of a cost function should be below the threshold GT, where the cost function C of PS depends on the constraint and is a function of the transmit power PS. Here I have shown examples of cost functions for different interference constraints. For example, interference outage constraint, it is a function of fading distribution and transmit power, whereas for average interference constraint, it is just a product of transmit power and average channel power gain. We have also considered a generalized average interference constraint, where the instantaneous interference is raised by an exponent power to power m. So this basically penalizes the higher interference much more for m greater than or greater than 1, and the following the cost function changes accordingly. So this is our objective function. Our goal is to find optimal rule 5 star that minimizes average symbol error probability and meets the interference constraints and transmit power constraint as well. With this, I'll introduce our optimal rule for the problem statement shown in the previous slide. First, let me consider a selection rule that always selects antenna with the highest channel power gain and transmit with maximum power Pmax. So the interference caused by this selection rule would be C of Pmax. And first, let us consider a case when C of Pmax is less than or equal to ZT. In this case, the selection rule here satisfies the interference constraint and would be the optimal one to consider. But when the C of Pmax is greater than threshold GT, we are in a constrained regime where the selection rule here does not satisfy the interference constraint, and we need to design the optimal rule. And I show an intermediate result of the optimal rule here, which can be proven to be the one which minimizes average symbol error probability, and proof is in the paper and I'll not repeat it again here. So it selects an antenna S star and transmits with power PS star, which minimizes a quantity has two terms: symbol error probability as its first term, and the cost function of the interference constraint scaled by parameter lambda, which is chosen such that average interference is met with, constraint is met with equality. So, however, for this particular scenario, when we only have the statistical channel information of a secondary transmitter to primary link, the joint optimization shown in the previous slide can be simplified to the following form, where the optimal antenna S star is the one with highest channel power gain to secondary receiver and is independent of the constraint. Once S star is found, we can substitute HS star in the selection metric here and compute its optimal power PS star, which depends on the constraint through the cost function C of P. So how does to understand that why S star becomes such a simpler thing, let us consider two antennas, antenna 1 and antenna 2, such that channel power gain H1 is greater than channel power gain H2. Let P1 and P2 denote the corresponding optimal powers for H1 and H2. In this case, by definition of P1, if we substitute P1 and H1 here, the quantity here left will take the minimum value rather than when I substitute P2 in this quantity by definition of P1. And as we know, symbol error probability increases as the channel power gain decreases, the inequality still holds by replacing H1 with H2. So the final inequality here says that the selection metric of H1 with its optimal power P1 is less than selection metric of H2 with its optimal power P2. Thus, in this case, we have to select antenna 1 rather than antenna 2 because H1 is greater than H2. However, generalizing this result to general NT antennas, we get this result here. So let me discuss about optimal power, which is dependent on the constraint as a function of the constraint. As we for average interference constraint, optimal power turns out to take such a simpler structure here and depends only on the channel statistics. Whereas for the interference outage constraint, optimal power has to be computed numerically using this form, and it also depends on the fading distribution of the channel power gain along with the channel statistics. With this, I'll move to the results. So the plot here shows the performance of secondary system with for different power adaptation techniques as a function of interference threshold tau. The blue corresponds to the optimal rule derived in this paper. The green corresponds to fixed power when secondary transmits with only constant power always, and the red corresponds to on-off power in which either it transmits with a fixed power or zero power in order not to cause interference. We see that the continuous power derived in this paper clearly outperforms other two, and the gain improves as the number of antennas increase. However, we see that on-off power does not benefit much from the multiple antennas. Moving on to the impact of interference constraint, here we have plotted both secondary and primary performance as a function of their SNRs for two different M values of a generalized average interference constraint. We clearly see that the secondary performance degrades for M equal to 2, whereas the improvement in the primary performance is small. Thus, the impact of interference constraint on secondary and primary systems is different. Moving on to the last plot of my presentation, I would like to study the impact of multiple antennas at, on both secondary and primary performance. As expected, we clearly see secondary performance improves as the number of antennas increase. However, the degradation of the primary system is independent of the number of antennas. Thus, as an NT and NR increase at the secondary system's performance improves without any further degradation in the primary system. With this, I'll move to conclusions of my talk. In this paper, we have derived a novel and joint antenna selection and power adaptation rule for statistical channel state information and system which is general to any stochastic interference constraint. We have shown that it has a nice separable form where optimal antenna is independent of the constraint and only optimal power dependent on the constraint. And we have also shown through results that choice of a right constraint and its parameters is crucial. With this, I would like to conclude my talk and will be happy to take any questions.